Well, it's pretty cold. It's 56 degrees outside, and so their whelping box is only about 68 up in the air. But under the heat, it's about 73 degrees in here, which, usually we keep it about 78 to 80. These guys are just starting to play with one another and try to climb up on the ledge. Vashti's new name is Lonnie. And look at her trying to beat up her brother. And the boys are 3 ounces bigger than she is. Oh, listen, we get a little bit of an attitude. That's a first. I haven't heard. Look at her. She's shaking mad. She said, I don't like that. These two are just watching on. So let me see if I can make sure I get every pup, because every once in a while I'll shoot a video and somebody will say, hey, I didn't get to see my puppy in there. So we have Lonnie here, who I love her name. You guys can name your dogs, your pups, and I am not offended when you change their names, and sometimes I'm happy. We name our dogs alphabetically, and so sometimes it's difficult to name them. This was our U. We didn't have enough U names. All the U names sounded exactly alike, and they were they weren't the greatest names that I could choose from. So we decided to make this our U and V litter, and that's why you have such ridiculous, well, I shouldn't say ridiculous because they're biblical names, but, and we name our dogs biblically as well. So it's hard to find a U name and a V name. Q was difficult, and we had 6 pups for the Q litter. So look at him. Come on, boy. This is Uriah. He was just sold. I woke up to a great email this morning for his new owner. So I'm happy about that. So all the pups are spoken for. And while I'm doing this, I have Sadie is just about ready to be bred. So I have a lot of noise in there. Who's growling at me? Hey. Hey. So I'm going to let their mom come in and feed them, but I wanted to see how active they will be this morning. Every day they'll become more and more active. You won't necessarily see that for a long period of time, so if you see somebody fall over and then just go to sleep, that's, they're using every ounce of their energy to get their muscles coordinated to be able to walk, get their front feet going and their back feet going, and but it will be amazing what differences you'll see over the next week. So this group, they are just now starting to growl at one another and play, and they try to lift their feet up to hit one another, and they fall over. They try to run, and they can't walk, so I don't know why they try to run so early on, but it's just funny to see. I'm watching Ty is all over the place. And look at her. See his back legs, so he's trying to sit. I think he's mad because he just banged his face on the ledge. See, I'm trying to get up. Phoebe? So eventually they'll start trying to climb up on this ledge. Usually they'll rest their chin up there. That's the beginning of it. Once they start climbing up on the ledge, it's really close to taking this whelping box down. They haven't tried to come out the front door yet, and so I'm glad about that. I always worry when we have winter pups or cold weather pups, if they get out overnight, if they come out of the whelping box, is it warm enough in the pen to keep them warm? Of course, the older they get, the less I have to worry. But for right now, if they were to come out of the whelping box, last night it came down at 2:30. And I don't think that they can even get their feet up there yet. So wasn't too concerned. But sometimes, you know, I'll come down and I'll find a puppy outside the whelping box, and I had no idea he even had the means to get out. So once they get out, they teach the others to come out. That's when the whelping box gets taken down. For right now, though, it's easy to keep them warm in here and safe and all in one place. Oh, look, I wonder if he's gonna growl. He's being stalked upon. I see their little tails try to wag a little bit. Okay, well, I'm going to let their mom in because I hadn't put the heat back on for them. Actually, I think I can film that so you can see how quickly they can get to their mother at this point. You ready to come in? Come on. Good girl. So this Warm My Pet, that's just a heating block. I felt like they needed that. I'm going to move it for right now. Just in case if they got away from the heating. Over in this area, the flooring is heated. But over here, it's not. Just in case if it's too hot, it gives them an option. And they're actually very smart. They go to wherever they feel comfortable. And then under the heating lamp, the only corners that are pretty chilly is that corner and this corner. So, anyway, I wanted them to have an option. Listen, you just stay in the box. You don't need to come out. I want to make sure everybody's getting something to eat this morning. She had a big breakfast, so I know that they're going to have a good meal this morning. So anyway, that's your pups. If you have a name picked out, please let me know what it is. And congratulations on everybody's choices.